At this time, I'd like to recite for you an old Indian proverb. We call it the Paiute Indian blessing. Now you will feel no rain, for each of you are shelter to the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you are warmth to the other. Now there will be no more loneliness. Although you are two, there's only one life before you. Now that you both have publicly declared your love, by authority vested me in the state of Nevada, it's my pleasure to pronounce you two husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Yeah, what the hell is up with that?
Those were supposed to happen.
Hardcore rock hard truck driver. I am. I was for a minute.
He was getting ready to leave the company, and I was transferring back from another terminal.
We talked on the phone every night, hours on end. Driving down the road, we talked. It was like we'd known each other forever.
Are you saying love at first sight?
No. We wear on each other's nerves. Just have to look past it. You know, I mean, we're going to yell and scream at each other, but we have to look past it. You're going to meet a lot of people out there. There's a lot of culture, a lot of different people, a lot of different thoughts. There's a lot of anger out there right now. I mean, that's the political part of it all. I won't be old enough to change it, but the ones that are important enough to change it, they just, unless they do something now, they're not going to have a chance. You know, I'm actually kind of pleased to see you guys taking this step. You know, I mean, it's the start of the future.
America's missing out on a lot of things. The world's going too fast. We need to slow down and enjoy it.
And I don't know if it's because we see more on TV now. When I was young, there wasn't TV.
When I was a kid, like I said, we didn't have TV. I can't even remember even getting a newspaper, so you didn't know what was going on.
And I think we hear more news now, and so much of the time it's not good news.
Really is a cynical business. You know, let's face it, what do news people do? They wait for humanity to fall down today.
The media, I think, tries to, again, have those winners and losers, and that's the easy way to talk about things.
I personally think that all that stuff that all media is biased, and it's impossible for it not to be.
Say when. Live tease in 3, 2, 1. Well, the president doing battle today on Capitol Hill with members of his own party. The full story coming up in a live report. This one and then KTLA.
Could you take me through the affiliates and what cities?
WGN in Chicago, WPIX in New York, KTLA in Los Angeles. We've got an affiliate in Dallas, a bunch of them. We start out the day looking for the national story that we're going to be doing and then immediately get to work looking for the elements that are going to go into it. Getting a day's worth of activity of stuff that was going on in some cases all over the world into something easily digestible in 2 minutes for television, that is about as tough as it gets for us. Is there no stronger language? Because he's over there working it on the one side and they're sinking him on... Torpedo is a good word.
But I don't think at this point you can say they've torpedoed his plan.
By the way, I apologize, guys. This is just very...
This is normal.
They can't just take what I'm going to give them in 2 minutes and call it a day. And what they get from USA Today and a 20-second radio report, that doesn't do it either. I think as voters and as Americans, we're obligated to do more than just take a few sound bites and make decisions that, for instance, like with the 2004 elections, momentous, life-changing decisions based on, if you just go in going, I like George Bush, I like Al Gore, I like John Kerry, and you just sort of wing it. I think these issues are too big these days. I do not like anything about this. I thought this was going to be easier, and the script is sort of tough. Okay. I don't think everything would be as black and white for some people the way it seems to be if they truly believe that the people on the other side, the newsmakers or the people conveying these messages through the media, if they understood them to be more like them. Everyone I bump into goes home to a family or goes home to and they care about what their future's going to look like, and they're not out to make extra money and do you wrong. The older I get and the more I see what's going on in the world, I do think we can lose what we have, this good thing that lets us go to the churches we want to go to the schools we want to go to, raise our kids the way we want to. And we can do that in very different ways here. But a lot of this stuff, I do feel like it can be on the line and it can be lost. And as people continue to go forward, I wonder if people really...
I think it's a trying time to be an American. America is founded on so many really incredible things, and we're straying from our foundation.
You know, because I've lived a lot longer than you people have, and I've seen so many changes in our country, you know, and I'm strictly American.
This nation is, as I said, very, very special, and I think Abraham Lincoln, along with George Washington, had a very, very similar appreciation for what this nation stood for.
I think as we go through time, for all I know, it may be a cycle. You go through polarization, and then you come back to the middle, and you go back again. And I don't necessarily see that as a negative.
I do see it as a negative. And I think it harks back to Lincoln. He was looking at how to solve problems. He surrounded himself with the very best men, that not necessarily the ones who agreed with him. In fact, there was a lot of dissension. And that's who he went for. Not the people who agreed with him, not the people he got along with, but the people he felt could do the best for the country.
But I think there needs to be a little bit of a shakeup in our government. I don't believe that the government is doing right by the people.
We've allowed government to get so far away from us that people say it's just too confusing. It's not that confusing.
What happens is the emphasis becomes on, of each party, becomes an emphasis on winning the next election, not in acting in the best interest of the country.
But most Americans understand that. At the end of the day, we understand that American citizens are the answer, not the government. We lead, they follow when we're good. When the government leads and we follow, we're bad.
I'd be surprised to learn that someone would say that, you know, my value is that I'm a Democrat or my value is that I'm a Republican.
I don't believe in Democrat and Republican. I vote who I feel is the best candidate for what the people need.
I don't go by Democrat, Republican, or whatever other line there is. I go by the standards that person lives and their principles in their life.
Is politics the end-all be-all?
No. Life is the end-all be-all.